Hey Trophies, welcome to I Jump Instead. My name is Trophy Sally. Thanks so much for tuning into this ebook series podcast 2, where we're going to talk about how to get extremely fit and healthy in just 10 seconds. We're talking about jumping instead on a mini trampoline, and if you haven't heard about it yet, when we jump instead, we get so many benefits all at once. So I want you to know these benefits. I'm going to cover them today. 10 benefits in 10 seconds. That's not a 10-second video, but we get all of these 10 benefits in 10 seconds of bouncing. And so let me go through these really quickly so that you know exactly what you're getting when you jump instead. And then you know that even 10 seconds of bouncing will strengthen your whole body inside and out and potentially get you on trophy track to reach your best health and fitness potential. So the first benefit is that jumping releases tension and tightness around your joints. So you're gonna have strong, healthy joints from jumping instead. When we're up and down in this massage motion, we really do release scar tissue buildup around our joints, and we release tightness and tension with this gentle massage, which helps us to have the strongest joints that we can possibly have. And I promise that in order to reach your greatest health and fitness potential, you really do have to have strong, healthy joints. Joints are taken care of when we jump instead. The second benefit that we get from rebounding is that rebounding is adding increased gravity, anywhere from 1 to 20 plus pounds of added weight against every cell in our entire body, which means we're strength training, we're weight lifting, we're resistance training, just by jumping instead. Now, depending on which rebounder you jump on and your form while you jump will determine where you land, anywhere from 1 to 20 pounds against your muscles. So if you're on this high resistance rebounder, the cellar sizer rebounder, you're gonna be adding upwards of 20 plus pounds against every cell in your entire body. If you're on a bungee rebounder, you're adding less weight, anywhere from 1 to 10, 15 pounds, depending on how high you're jumping. But we don't wanna jump really high, because the idea of rebounding is to be in this low bounce aerobic movement where you're getting maximum muscle resistance, and so you can get maximum benefits in a minimal amount of time. But if you're in a high jump, then you're just slowing everything down. Even though you may be adding more weight with every bounce, you're not getting nearly as many reps, and you're also increasing your risk of injury, and it's just not comfortable to jump high on a mini trampoline. Save the high jumping for the backyard trampoline. So not only do we add weight to every cell in our entire body, we end up with symmetry from side to side, front to back, top to bottom, because the weight of gravity is even against our entire body. And that's where form comes in. When we have good form, we increase the weight against our cells. Because when we stand tall in good form and we have our posture strong and solid, and we keep our limbs strong and solid, we're putting a slight resistance internally into our bodies, which helps us to add resistance to the added weight that's already being added to our cells. So it just increases the resistance against our muscles, which then has us strengthening our muscles even more. So form and high quality resistance will increase the weight, which will get us stronger and get us faster results. But jumping instead on any rebounder is fantastic, as long as the rebounder feels good to jump on, because low quality rebounders can feel very jarring against the body, which is very risky because it can compact the spine and it can cause problems in all of the joints. So we really don't want to be jumping on a low quality rebounder unless we're jumping very, very gently, and then we need to upgrade to a higher quality rebounder when we're ready to take our fitness to the next level. The next benefit that we get from rebounding is that rebounding improves our balance. Just by default, just by jumping, we improve our balance. And I love that, because no matter how we jump, we improve our balance. Even if we use the handlebar, we still improve our balance. And I actually think that using the handlebar helps us to improve our balance even more, because we get stronger using the handlebar. And so also, if we're stronger, then our balance will get stronger. At least it seems like it goes hand in hand. But every jump is improving our balance just by default. So jump instead and have a strong balance in your body. But I do want to say more about the handlebar, because when we jump instead, we're accessing these forces of the earth, right? And the forces are the strongest, like a tornado coming up from the resistance mat. And so the forces are really strong right down the center of the mat and around. So when we use the handlebar and we can stay in the center of our mat for the majority of our jump sessions, we strengthen faster. And then we can work in a perfect resistance rainbow back and forth with precision, because we have the handlebar to keep us right there over the strongest points of the forces of the earth that we are accessing. So it's a performance bar, and we always use a handlebar in our workouts here at I Jump Instead. The fifth and sixth benefit of rebounding is that rebounding strengthens our cardiovascular system as well as our lung health. When we add weight to our muscles with every bounce, our muscles get activated and then they start demanding more oxygen. So our heart starts pumping more, which conditions our cardiovascular system. Also, because our muscles are demanding more oxygen, we need to breathe more oxygen in, which helps us to have healthier lungs. Now, the most important part of lung health when exercising is breathing through our nose, because breathing through our nose filters and warms the air we breathe. It also increases oxygen uptake. When we increase oxygen uptake, we actually don't even need to breathe as much, because we have a higher level of oxygen. So we can actually breathe a little bit less, which keeps our bodies a little bit calmer and more relaxed. They say that nose breathing keeps the central nervous system calm, and it also helps us to breathe lower in the diaphragm, so we actually don't breathe in our chest as much, which can cause anxiety. So nose breathing is the way to go to increase our lung health, and then jumping will also be increasing our cardiovascular health. The seventh and eighth benefit of jumping instead is that rebounding pumps our digestion as well as our lymphatic system. It's like suction cupping our digestion and our lymphatic system. So when we jump instead, we're literally moving everything through our digestion, our intestines, and helping us to have better digestion, assimilation, and elimination. And then our lymphatic system is getting suction cupped as well. So we're moving our lymph and we're keeping our lymphatic system cleaner and healthier, which totally boosts immunity. We don't want to get sick if we can help it. And so just by jumping instead, even for 10 seconds, we're boosting our immune system, which is phenomenal. The ninth benefit of rebounding is that rebounding is adding this weight that we've been talking about, this increased gravity against our bones. And so now our bone density will at the very least stay stable, because we're constantly putting weight against our bones in a very gentle and safe up and down motion. And so jumping instead is vital for our bone health. And then if we're jumping on a maximum resistance rebound or even low bouncing, which we actually promote more low bouncing than high bouncing, because low bouncing is where all the magic happens. But when we do this low bouncing on the maximum resistance rebounder, then we could potentially increase our bone density. If we're on a soft bungee rebounder, I don't know for sure if we're going to be increasing bone density, because in order to increase bone density, we really need to have that resistance against our bones, which is why we recommend the Cellar Sizer Rebounder for our #1 rebounder. But at the very least, any rebounder is going to give you your best chance at maintaining your bone density. So get jumping even for 10 seconds for healthy bones. The final benefit of rebounding that I'm going to talk about in this video is that jumping instead clears our minds. That's excellent for our mental health. When we're doing something fun like jumping on a mini trampoline, we tend to forget about all of the things that we don't want to be thinking about. And so if we can get on our rebounders even for just 10 seconds and clear our minds, we can have better mental health, and that's very important in this day and age. I know that rebounding has reduced anxiety and depression in my life, and I trust that it will do the same in yours, because rebounding is so fun, so engaging. We have amazing classes on our YouTube channel here, I Jump Instead, that you can get into anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, and you can just let your mind clear out, get all of the health benefits that rebounding has to offer, and get into the best health and the best shape of your life. And even if it's just for 10 seconds, Jumping Instead will completely transform your outlook on how to get healthy, how to get fit, how to stay healthy and fit, and how to live your best life. If 10 seconds is how it begins, then let 10 seconds be the way that you get started on your trophy body journey by jumping instead. And then I Jump Instead YouTube will take care of the rest. The rebounders that we recommend are at ijumpinstead.com. So go ahead and check out our website. We've got the Cellar Sizer on there. We've got our favorite bungee rebounders, because we do recommend bungee rebounders. And then we've got some introductory rebounders that are lower cost, perfect for getting your feet wet, getting jumping, just bouncing up and down gently. And then when you really want to pick it up to a higher intensity, you can upgrade to the Cellar Sizer or one of the other rebounder brands that we recommend. So go to ijumpinstead.com to watch that quick video. My twin sister and I also have a twin transformation video that you have to check out. It's in the description box below, where we talk about how we each lost 50 pounds jumping instead. So check out that video. That video is sensational. You're going to absolutely love it, and it's definitely going to motivate you to get jumping, to stay jumping, and to reach your trophy body health and goals. I'll see you in my next ebook series podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Please give the video a like if you learned something from this video, and also comment below if you want to chit chat in the comments. Have a great rest of your trophy day. Bye bye.